Hi everyone, and welcome to another beautiful episode of Ignite Entrepreneurs. My name is Daniel Akinshola, and Ignite Entrepreneurs is a show that brings you business people in Kamloops to talk about how they started, their story, their journey, their challenges, what they've learned, and to share their personality with us. This is intended to help upcoming business people find their footing, believe in themselves, and then one or two tricks that they can bring to their business as well. As you know, businesses make the world go around, and business is not just about making money, it's also about creating solutions. So today we have a very wonderful guest with us today. I'll read a little bit of her bio. I'm so pleased to have her in the show. She's versatile, she's multi-talented. Her name is Anawa Udofia, a proud Cameroonian married to a Nigerian and mother of 3 beautiful kids. In 2023, her family moved from Nigeria to Kamloops, Canada, embracing new experiences and opportunities. She's the CEO of Lanan's Beauty World, offering professional makeup, wig making, wig revamping, and stylishly ready-to-wear fashion to enhance beauty and confidence. Beyond business, she's an avid traveler. She loves traveling, organizing trips, and she's a culture enthusiast as well, drawing creative inspiration from exploring new places. Balancing life as a wife and a mother, an entrepreneur, has made her very resilient, very resourceful, and committed to building a lasting legacy. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Nancy to Ignite Entrepreneurs. Nancy, you're welcome to today's show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. You told me a little bit about yourself, but for the sake of people watching, I'd like you to also talk about what you do. What business do you do?
All right. So I'm Nancy, the CEO and founder of Lanan's Beauty World. So Lanan's Beauty World is massive. We're into makeup. We offer like bridal makeup, everyday makeup, and all kinds of glams. And we're also into wig making. We make wigs. We revamp. We treat and we style old wigs and bring them back to life. Then we're into fashion as well. We make ready-to-wear outfits. Sometimes people have like events. They call me like, "Hey Nancy, what do you think I can wear? Can you make something for me?" So we design and make.
Yeah. Now, you have a lot of creative skills, and you moved from Nigeria to Canada.
Right.
Let's go back to Nigeria. How was growing up like for you as a child? Were you very troublesome, quiet? What kind of childhood did you have?
All right, so I'm a Cameroonian.
Yeah.
I'm married to a Nigerian, so I grew up in Cameroon.
In Cameroon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I am the last child of the family, and I've always been the calm one.
Oh.
And the calm one. I studied nursing back home, and I think because I've been the last child, so I've never had I'm surprised actually at the kind of person I am right now. I didn't know that I had all of this inside of me, because I've always been let her sleep, let her go, So I would say growing up was pretty chilled for me.
Okay.
And then I moved to Nigeria after getting married.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was when I now started seeing life in a different way and started bringing back memories. Like there were so many things that were inspiring me, but I didn't actually know they were inspirations because I was just living, a life that was given to me, right? Like everything looked easy. But when I got married and then I moved from my country to a different country, I started seeing life differently. Like, okay, I'm here. How do I find my way? what do I do, right? So yeah, and then I went into makeup art. Like I went to a makeup school. Then because when I went, I told my husband, like, okay, I'm here, and I just could not continue with the nursing because we just got married, and I was pregnant. I became pregnant like immediately, almost immediately. So I had to go into makeup. I went to a makeup school. House of Tara. That was a makeup school I went to.
That's a very popular school.
Yeah. And then I graduated and then started doing makeup. But I realized also that most of the people that would call me for makeup like most people actually would call the people they knew. And because I had a different nationality, I was also still struggling with the community. Like I was still trying to get in. So I ended up doing mostly people's makeup that I knew, maybe from my church and or my friends. Most times I would just be doing like free makeup because, if I don't get called, I didn't want to lose my skills, so I would do that. And then at some point, when I gave birth to my last child, my mom came to stay with me. And then when the baby was 2 months old, then I told her, because I liked wearing wigs a lot. I liked wearing wigs, but I would buy and wear because I'm not very good with braids. I don't like the paint and all that, so I would wear wigs. Then my mom came and stayed when the baby was 2 months old, and I told her that I wanted to learn how to make wigs because I felt like the makeup that I was doing, I couldn't, I could not ship makeup, right? And most of my people that I knew were out of the country, were outside. Most of them were not even in Cameroon, in Europe, in Canada, because my siblings were like in different countries. So then my mom stayed at home when the baby was 2 months old. I would express milk, keep for her to feed the baby, and then I went to learn how to make wigs.
Wow.
Yeah. So the learning how to make wigs, I was actually learning to use for myself, and also because I was thinking like, okay, maybe I can ship. People might want to buy, and then I'll ship to them in different countries. So when I went to learn, I learned and then came out. I felt very confident because I know, because I have like people outside, like in maybe Europe or US and different countries, and I would hear them, and I knew that they were mostly lacking like stuffs like maybe good hair, good wigs in particular, and stuff like that. And then wigs just came into like it was just trending kind of. So when I learned it, I started like I would call my sisters or my sisters' friends like, I make wigs, let me make for you. They're like, how, no, I don't want to pay DHL. How do you transport them from Nigeria to me? And then what I did, if the price, I don't know if I'm talking too much.
No, feel free.
So if the price of the delivery was 50, then it was like 15,000 naira. I would tell them 15,000 naira is the price. That would be my profit. Like I'll put everything and then add 15,000 naira as the profit. But I would use 14,000 for example and pay DHL fee. 1,000 naira would be my profit. Why did I do that? I felt I was making really good wigs, right? And I wanted to get them into those countries because I thought that if one person sees it, then the next person would want to buy. But I wanted to kill that fear, that fear, and I wanted to create that trust, right? Like, okay, I'm able to stay in this country and just order, and she sends my thing to me. And so I started doing that. I did that, and then the first I sent to Germany. Then they got it, they liked it, they started ordering. Then I was now arranging the prices. While doing that, they would do reviews and send to me like, oh, I'm in Germany, I'm wearing Lanan's wig. And then people are seeing in different countries like, wow. As I speak to you now, I have wigs in over 18 countries I'm telling you that we're able to ship Lanan's wigs too. Then while making those wigs, because I would take pictures, do videos and all that. I would do videos, and because I also was a makeup artist, I would make up my face, and then I would do like wear the wigs and then post pictures and say, okay, I'm sending this to this country. When I would do that, people would see, and then because I liked wearing like different clothes, like I loved, So when I wear clothes, I noticed one of my cousins one time in the States called me and said, Nancy, I saw you with one dress. How do I get that dress? I was like, is that
another
like,
opportunity.
and then next time another person like, oh, I like the top you wore, like I was advertising a wig. And then they're like, oh, the top, I like your style. I like how you... Then I started, I went into cloth making. So I don't make the clothes, I design them. I have tailors that make. So
Where are the tailors based?
In Nigeria. Yeah. So I would design, like I would go like back home, I would source for fabrics, because like I would source for good fabrics, appliques, everything, and then tell what we're making, and then sometimes I will explain, and then we'll draw it, and then we'll create something for people. So that was how I went into fashion designing. So it's more of makeup and hair, but the fashion is also like a passion and something that came, and I am grateful that I went into that, because most times I have put smiles on people's faces, like, oh, my day was, because we've made like reception wedding dresses. Like people have, like when they have like 50th birthday anniversaries, they call me like, oh, Nancy, how do we create, like, what do you think what color would fit this event, and what can we make? Can you guys make something for me? They would make and then ship to them in different countries. Remember, we're already doing wigs, so they could already trust that, okay, if we're able to send those wigs, then we're able to send their clothes as well.
Fashion conglomerate.
Exactly. Then
wig, fashion, makeup,
and then makeup. Then when people have like weddings, then they'll call me and I'll do their bridal makeups. That was in Nigeria.
Interesting. Now, when you were growing up, was there anyone that was like inspiration to you, that maybe you can link everything you're doing now a little bit to them?
I would say my mom. Why? Because my mom has 5 kids, and I would say she single-handedly raised us up. Well, she was married, and my dad used to live in a different city. My mom, like, I would say my mom, but those days when she was doing those things, I was, as a child, like as the youngest, you just be doing things, everyone, they're providing everything for you. It's like, okay. But I saw strength in her. Like she raised 5 of us. She paid our school fees. My sisters are traveled abroad. My mom, like she always stood by us. So when I went to Nigeria, and then I was like, okay, now I'm not, like, I couldn't, at that point, because of childbearing and everything, I couldn't continue with nursing. And then I said, what do? I don't know where strength came from, I'm telling you. God, like, I'm a lover of God, just so you know. Yeah. And my mom, like, the strength that came in, even most times, like, I wonder, even they wonder, they like, so they tell me that they didn't know that I had that strength in me, right? So she has always been someone that we looked up to, like, So I would say my mom,
So how did you first notice that you had creativity in you?
That's a good one. So because I liked makeup those days, I liked it, but I was like, my makeup was always very horrible, right? So, and then I liked how they did it in Nigeria. That was when I moved, right?
Is it from the films, the Nollywood films? Or
no, like, you know how ladies I love my Nigerian ladies, how they would like dress up, do their makeup in Cameroon, like especially back then in Cameroon, we didn't really have that, right? So when I moved, it was, and because it's something I liked, but I didn't know how to do it, and I liked doing it. Then I just started. So that was when I started the makeup thingy. I started seeing, when when you're working on someone's face, it's more like you and that face. Like you're picturing, you're imagining what you want to achieve before even doing it, right? So from that time, I think that was where the creativity actually started coming from, because from that time, then I went into wig making, and while making the wigs, and they're like, okay, the clothes, and then I'm like, okay. And then I realized that actually I have been good in them. And what I've been doing is I try to learn more. So most times I do advanced courses for makeup. I try to keep up, like,
stay above the game.
So exactly, because I don't know if we have to get to where we moved here, but that was still part of there, and I have a lot to say about when we moved to Cameroons.
We can go into that. We can go into the traveling part, because that's another big challenge. Some of the people that will be watching this show will be people that came from other countries. Maybe not just Africa, maybe not just, the Afro regions. Some people come from the UK, from Ireland, and it's always almost the same experience moving from a place. Like someone said, it's like taking off a tree from somewhere and taking it somewhere else, planting it. You know, the leaves will first wither before it starts to find its own root, and then the grain will come back. So we can go into that. How was your transition from Nigeria to Kamloops, Canada?
All right, good.
Yeah.
So when I got to Kamloops, it was challenging somehow, because you know how when people know that you have moved from where you used to be, the first thing, especially from a different country, the first thing that comes to their mind is that person still in business? Do you still do the things you do? Are you going to be able to do the things, especially when you had like workers? Yeah. And because actually there's one of the things that we used to do that I feel like we have dropped it somehow, because some of the workers are not, like, you know, they're time consuming and all that. But transitioning, when I moved to Kamloops, it was a little different. And there's this platform, the African group.
Oh, the African group.
Yes. So when we came here, like 1 week after I came here, because everything was like, okay, how do I? And I didn't let people know on social media that I had relocated, because I didn't want to create any form of anxiety, because like, you know, I had really built a strong bond, with my clients. So when I saw the African group, someone told, I think, okay, my husband had mentioned about it. So I registered, and then I dropped a message. I dropped a post there and said, I'm into wig making, makeup, and clothing and everything. And then I put my Instagram handle and said they could follow me there for more insight, right? And then the next day, someone called me and said, oh, you make wigs, you revamp. I have 6 weeks, I want to revamp. I'm like, okay. So
just the next day.
The next day, I'm telling you, the next day after the post, the next day, because remember when I put it, I also put my Instagram handle.
Yeah.
Then they're able to go see, like, oh, okay, she didn't just start now. Oh, okay, she has been doing this. Okay. Yeah, just the next day, someone brought it. And then also, I didn't know how to price, because everything was new, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm glad that it went well, like, because I came on my stuff, some of my stuff, and then I started learning, I started knowing that, okay, I could get some from Shoppers, I could get some from Amazon and all that. And then I made those, I worked on those weeks, and she liked them, and then I posted them. Then people started coming in. I was so confused, like, okay. And they're like, oh, we didn't know someone did, like, we had someone in Kamloops that was into wig making. And then one time, one of my church members, I told her I wanted to do a free makeup for her. So she came to my place. I was doing the makeup. She came with her friend. So she came with this friend of hers from Zimbabwe. When the friend saw the makeup, then she's like, oh, her cousin is getting married. She called her cousin. She's like, at my friend's place, they're doing her makeup. Like, it's so good. I like it. She did a video call, and then the lady saw. She's like, that will be my makeup artist for my wedding. That was the first year that I just came, right? I'm telling you. And then we did this with the bridal we did the bridal trial and everything. Oh my goodness, it went so well. So then the makeup too, like, people started coming in. Like, I said, like, back in Nigeria, I did mostly the wigs.
Yeah.
Well, I did makeup. I started with makeup. And then at some point, I was more of wigs, and then dresses. So then I went to, now in Kamloops, I'm like, okay, bridal, like a bride. Okay, then I need to step up my game again.
Yeah.
I had to take extra courses. Like, I called my tutors back home though, and then took extra courses, and then I did the bridal makeup. It came out so well. I was so proud of myself. I kept on going, but at some point, because I go to, like, I have like some networking events that I go to. I like interacting a lot.
Yeah.
Now I now have a circle that I don't just have like African communities around me. I have Caucasians. I have, like, you know, I have people of different. I have women of color, and I have like lighter skin tones and all that. And then in my mind, I'm like, yes, I'm a makeup artist. I know if I wake up from sleep, I can do any woman of color's makeup. And then I said to myself, I know that I've done like 1 or 2 makeup on the Caucasian skin or on the lighter skin.
Yeah.
But I felt I wasn't good, you know. I felt like I don't like giving what I don't have. Like, I like doing something that I would feel proud of myself. Like, okay, you give value, right?
Yeah.
Then I had to look for, there's this school in Vancouver, it's called Blanche McDonald's, yeah. They offer makeup, fashion and all that. I have been longing to go to that school to go upgrade my makeup skills. And then because of the distance, I could not make it.
Yeah.
So I started telling my colleagues at work, like, oh, I want to learn this. I want to learn how to do makeup on lighter skin tones. Like I want to be able to, I don't want someone to ask me, do you just do on African skin? I want to be able to work on everybody and give value, right?
Yeah.
Then I found this lady, Ginger, that's her name. Yeah.
Okay.
So there was one time I went for a bridal. I went to style a lady that was getting married. I was her bridal hairstylist. While styling her hair, I saw this lady that came in with her crew, Ginger. She's good. I'm glad she'll be hearing this if she's hearing this. She's a very good makeup artist.
Okay.
Very good, yeah.
In Kamloops?
In Kamloops, yes. Ginger Artistry is her. I think she has an extra brand, but Ginger is her name, yeah. Yeah. So then I met her. I'd heard about her before, that she's really good if I want to learn. Instead of going to Vancouver, I could go there. I'd heard about her, and then I wasn't very sure because my mind was in Vancouver. Then I met her when I went to style this lady's bridal hair. While styling, I sat down to wait for the makeup artist to finish so I could round up with her hair, because the lady that I did her hair to was like, she wasn't an African lady, right? She had a lighter skin, light skin tone. When I sighted the lady, like I was like, okay, that's the Ginger. Then I heard them say, oh, Ginger. You know when you feel like you've seen your hero? I was so glad that I could sight what she was doing, because and then I could tell myself, okay, that's the person you want to go learn from. So I had to contact her after that, like, okay, Ginger, I've heard about you. And then when she saw my message, and she's like, I think I know you. You're the person who did the hair. I was so happy. Then I went to Ginger and did an upgrade in makeup. So I'm so glad that I was able to get like a certificate from Ginger as an advanced makeup artist, not just on women of color, but also on the lighter skin.
All skin shades.
All skin shades. And I'm grateful I was able to do that. It has also boosted. Most times people call me like, okay, Nancy, want to book for makeup services like bridal makeup. Like I have a bride, I'm working on her on the 30th. And one of her friends, when they called me, they're like, do you also do makeup on, like, not just on Africans, like on lighter skin? Like, do you also do like on... I was so proud of myself when she said that. Because
you have the certificate for it.
Yeah, and then I told her, yes, right? Like, I knew what I was saying, right? So it's been a good one. It's been a good journey, challenging times too, but...
What challenges did you face that you can, you can take a glass of water? Because when we talk about this, everybody will be like, smooth sail. She just started and people just bought. But I'm sure you must have faced some things. So what were some of the challenges, just a few challenges that you faced?
All right. So I've had a lot of challenges. Sometimes, like, when I'll cry. I like crying a lot. Like if I'm bothered by something, I cry. I would cry and say, I don't know if I wouldn't say I want to stop. But there's that feeling like, oh no, this is too much for me to handle. So I've had a time where with delivery services, that was back in Nigeria, like that hit me really hard, that I shipped some wigs to the States and those things got missing. But the value, that was really bad of me, because the value that I put for those things was like nothing. But those were very pricey goods that I had to pay back. So that's one thing about me. If I'm rendering a service to someone and maybe I'm not able to deliver, or maybe I deliver and there's a serious concern that I feel like, okay, I'll pay back. Because I'll put myself in that person's shoes. Like, what if I was in that situation, right? Yeah, so that was,
So you have that policy that you have to make your customers satisfied. And
I try as much as I can to make sure they are satisfied. So that's why I like reviews when they give me feedbacks. I like them because then it helps me to grow. It helps me to get better.
So we've talked about the story from moving from Cameroon to Nigeria, from Nigeria to Kamloops, and how business just started booming and all that. Have you ever had times where you felt like stopping, like I can't do this anymore, I made a mistake, or?
Yeah, so I most times, like right now, like I feel like the business, although I've been in business for 10 years. I feel like in between the lines, I've not had like that steady focus, like okay, it's just business. So that's a huge one on me because I like what I do, but most times I feel like I don't have enough time. I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
Like I have 3 kids and they're still young. I have a husband. I work as a support worker here in Kamloops. So, and I enjoy doing these businesses that I do. I enjoy doing makeup on people. I enjoy making wigs, revamping. I enjoy designing the dress and all that. So sometimes I feel like, especially when I get like, when it becomes too much for me to handle, I feel like I don't feel like giving up, but I just feel like I wish I had an extra hand. Oh, I'm still looking forward to that time that I'm going to have extra, because I like doing them so much that I don't think I've never felt like, okay, I want to stop it.
So you got to that place where you feel you need a staff.
Yeah. So that's actually where I am right now. Or I feel like I need a better structure. Maybe a staff, maybe a mentor. Like I'm still looking. I actually don't know where to find one. I feel like you know, when you feel like you have so much to offer that you cannot just afford to stop. But you're struggling to move.
There's a lot on the other side that you have to balance.
Exactly. So that's how I'll answer that question, because I've had like so many times that I've had to deal with, oh, you worked on this week, for example, and it didn't come out well. I mean, it's business. Sometimes some things won't go as smooth as, you know. But with those kind of challenges, I can always I'll always be the first person to say, oh, I'm sorry, please, I'll get it back and do it for you. If I feel that if I know that actually it wasn't done properly, right? Maybe due to time, like, or something like that. Then, but with little things like, okay, oh, maybe I have like a makeup artist, like right now, I make sure that I use like very good products.
Okay.
But they are pricey. Yeah.
But that's quality. That's quality.
That's quality, right? And with that kind of challenge, I don't feel like giving up, because I know, okay, like I work as a support worker too. I mean, so I see it as, okay, I can also invest my money into my business, you know. So I take out money from what I work. Part of it, I still put it back in my business. Like, okay, no, I have to go for quality. I need lights, good lighting. I need like good products, good products for the skin, because you're working with people's skin. You don't want stories, right? Yeah. So I invest so much in that, and with that should have been a challenge, like. But I actually don't see it as a challenge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You have a positive view on life, and you just see the outcome, you're motivated.
Exactly. So the main thing is just the structure. Like that's the biggest. Most times when I sit down, like, okay, I have to file for tax. How do I even you know, like, okay, yes, I have to file. I just gather things like, okay, receipts and all that. Okay, how do I send invoices? And, you know, so those are my challenges. Those are the kind of, but when I think of that, I don't feel like, I've gotten to a point where I don't think of giving up, of stopping, because I feel like somebody needs to be blessed by me. So most times, and sometimes when I cry sometimes, right? I told you I like crying, right? I would cry like, is it going well? But on the social media, like people are like, oh, Nancy, I see you. You know, I see you. You're doing it, right? Yeah, right? They're cheering you up. And then I'm sitting down and crying like, I want to do more. I want to, like, I haven't even gone to where I want to be, right? And then they're cheering you up. Sometimes those things, they keep me going to like, or someone calls me, oh, Nancy, when did you get the time to do all of this? I saw you at work, like I worked with you. Next minute, I'm seeing you posting something on Instagram. When did you make this hair? Oh, you're booked for a makeup review. As I was coming here today, one of my friends met me on the road. She's like, where are you going? Like, wow, where, like, how do you create time for all of this, right? So, and then I feel like, okay, I just can't give up because I have people that people who are looking up to me, right? And also, these are things that I enjoy doing. How do I even, So it's a big challenge. It's a big challenge because I enjoy them, but also like I feel like when I get to a point where I'm able to know that, okay, this is the structure, this is how it goes, and then life will be a little much more easier for me.
It's a journey.
Right now,
it's a journey. Yeah, it's a journey. Look at where you started from.
Yeah,
you are not where you used to be.
Exactly.
So in a short while, you are not going to be here anymore. You're going to move forward again. So it's a journey.
Yeah.
Okay, we've come to that part of the show where you're going to share a little bit of wisdom, where you tell us 5 things that kept you going, even when the storm was heavy and hard. It looked like sunrise will never come, but 5 things that kept you going all through this journey.
All right. So I'll say the very first thing is, God, I pray. I pray about my business. I pray about everything. I pray for the people who come to me. So I pray and ask God for direction, because sometimes I have like big ideas in me and I just don't know how to go about it, or challenges I don't know. So I pray. Next thing that I do, I try to be as honest as possible. If a client wants me to do, sometimes maybe if someone calls me like, hey, Nancy, I have this picture of this makeup. Are you able to do this particular makeup, for example? Because my kind of makeup that I do, I'm the kind of makeup artist who would make you up and you will still feel like yourself, but you have the makeup natural on, right?
Yeah.
So I'm more on the natural side. I could pop it up a little bit if someone wants it. So, but I'm more of the natural side. But there some kind of makeup that would look like a Barbie or something that the person is different. I would tell you, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do this, but I can refer you to someone that I know can give you what you want, because it's always about people and not just me, right? So honesty. Sometimes people bring wigs to me like, oh, I want to revamp this. If I see them and I know that those are not, I'll just tell you, sorry, it's not good enough to invest so much into it, right? So honesty has actually kept me going. And most times people call me and tell me, oh, Nancy, I know I'm calling you because, I'm sticking to you because I know that if this is not good, you would tell me, right? So yeah, honesty, that's the second thing. And the third thing, reviews, like, right? I mean, it goes with honesty but also reviews. Like I tell people a lot to, please let me know how you felt about the service. Do you think that, was I talking too much when I was working on your face? Right? Did I press your face too much when holding, or
feedback? Yeah.
Right, feedback. And how did you like the dress? What do you think? Is there something you think I could do better? Right? So I give my clients that opportunity to be able to let me know what they think.
Yeah.
That way it helps me really grow stronger and better, and I'm able to give out more, right? And that was the third.
That was the third one. So first one was pray. Second one was honesty.
Honesty, yeah.
Third one was feedback.
Third one was feedback.
Yeah.
And
I know you have a lot.
Can you please let me know the question again?
5 things that kept you going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then the fourth one was the cherries that I was getting. People, I have so many people who call me like, Nancy, you're doing well. And I hear that. Encouragement. When I hear those things, I I want to do more. I feel like, okay, did I? And they're like, oh, now you did so well. I saw this person's makeup. Oh my God, you killed it, girl. I'm like, really? Was it good? You know? So when I get those encouragements, they make me want to learn more. They make me want to give more. They make me want to, you know, they make me do more encouragement. And then the last one is I try to do research. I try to, because sometimes, especially in the beauty industry, new things come up every day. You don't want to be left behind. Yeah. I try to follow trends. I just try to step up my game.
That's very good. When you get encouragement, do you also get negatives, or is it just everything is just positive? So how do you close your eyes do you close your eyes to negative, or do you take both, or how do you take positive and negative?
So I don't close my eyes to negative, because I need those negatives to actually look into things. When I hear those negative things, well, I wouldn't let someone see that I'm down, you know, but I go back home and I sit down and I take a deeper look at what they were criticizing to see if, okay, this really wasn't good. Oh yeah, I didn't do it well. Sometimes I would call the person, if I know the person, and say, thank you. Actually, it wasn't good. I have looked into it, right? And then, so I take the positives and the negatives. I take them and make use of them. I take the positives to say, okay, let me keep moving. But I don't stay on the positives, because sometimes the positives can make you not grow.
Yeah, make you feel you've arrived.
Can make you feel like, oh yes, I'm the person, right? It's all about me. So I just take them, and then most times I try to stay as cool as possible. I try to stay as humble as possible with the positives, just so I can grow, right? I hear them and then I'm like, okay, good. So now the next thing, I don't want the next time, these positives that I'm getting, I don't want the next time the people who are giving me the positives to say, what's going on? So I take those positives and I try to, like, next time, like, okay, I want to do better, because I want them to say, oh, we know how you do it. You're always doing it good, right? Yeah. And then I take the negatives and I look into them. I work on those ones and try to make them better. If there were actually negative things that weren't negative, like negative comments, something, because sometimes, on social media, it's crazy.
Yeah, people
do some things and people just want to
attack.
Right? They just drop some things like, oh no, I don't think,
They're just mean.
Unnecessarily mean, right? Yeah. So, but I take those things and laugh. I like laughing a lot. I laugh, I would laugh like, some people could be dramatic. And then I don't let it bother me. Right? I don't let it bother me, but I also look into it. If I look into it and I see that, okay, I actually need to work on this, I work on them. If I see that, okay, maybe it's just one of those social media things, I drop it and move
There are two things that stood out that will make it 6 and 7. You mentioned 5, but there are 2 other things that stood out. One is you have a positive spin on everything. That was why I threw that question. How do you handle negative and positive?
Right.
I think that is a major thing that you have that works for you. And the second one is you see opportunities. Yeah, rather than see problems, complain, just give up, you see it as an opportunity. You see people's problems, you see pain points. So you want to learn. You're an adapter. You adapt to situations, and you want to know what pains, what needs people have, and how you can solve it. So those things, I think, also keeps you going and adds to a lot of success that you've enjoyed. What is the future for Lanance?
Okay.
Did I call it well?
Yeah, so before, Lanance. Yeah. So before I get into the future, I think I just remembered something I want to actually talk about. Yeah. So I think one of the things also is like, I try to be fearless. Like because there was one time I saw a message on my phone on the African group, and like that said, we're looking for fashion designers in Kamloops to come showcase their outfits and all that when they're doing the Black History during the Black History Month,
Yeah.
right? When I saw that, one thing told me like, okay, go for it, right? Because I sell clothes, like make clothes, like I'm a fashion designer, like why not go, you know? So I called and then I was able to, and then I called and they asked me, are you able to supply clothes for the models? I'm like, oh yeah. I spent so much money though, because it was a short time. I spent so much money, but I'm glad at the result that I got. Like, I spent so much on it, time and everything. It went well. We did it in Kamloops and we went again to Kelowna to work at that. And
Yeah.
from the time that I went to Kelowna till now, I'm telling you that the people that I have met, the community that I'm into right now, especially in Kelowna, like, is so wonderful. But that was because I was able to erase that fear, right? And just push to say, okay, I can do it. I didn't think that, okay, oh no, how do I even start? How do I start organizing people and all that? Like, how do I, Yeah. So I'm glad that that's also part of my journey,
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing everything, sharing your story, sharing your vulnerability. When you said you cry, it's not easy to say, but you were able to share it. You are very expressive. You're very versatile. So it's a pleasure to have you on the show and to have you give that spirit out to everybody that's watching as well. Yeah, the last question was, what is the future for Lanance?
All right.
Before we round up.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I see Lanance.
I have a dream.
I have a dream. It's a very massive one. I don't know how it's, well, I believe someday it's going to materialize, but I see Lanance as an, should I say, an industry, like a place where women can grow from. I see it as a place. I see Lanance like having to employ people. I see Lanance as a voice. It when you're seeing something, and you really can't explain, you really can't express what you see. But I see a bigger picture of Lanance as well, maybe owning a makeup school.
Good.
Owning a fashion house.
Good.
Like, in different provinces. Like, cause also sometimes, like, I've also had the thoughts, and I'm seriously working on it, on doing more of trainings, just going to different provinces and empowering people. Yeah, so that's even more closer to the bigger picture. Yeah, so yeah.
Interesting. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing your dreams as well. It's been wonderful listening to you, listening to your story. Thank you for coming to this. And viewers at home, I am 100% sure that you got a lot of value from listening to Nancy's story and her strengths, her passion. And, it goes without saying that mothers, our parents, have a lot to do with the children's future. What she got from her mom translates to what she's doing today, how she's able to carry on, where the strength is coming from, the motivation. And as you can see, she's a success already, and she has bright dreams. So believe in yourself. See opportunities in everything. If you get negative critique, don't feel, oh, I'm not good enough, or they don't like me. See it as an opportunity to improve. There's no success without failure. Failure is actually what leads to success. So don't let anything negative bog you down. Have a positive view, positive spin on everything. And always focus on your client satisfaction. That's one major thing. Focus on your client satisfaction. If they're not satisfied, collect the goods, repay, do a refund, or make sure you communicate and let your clients know that you care for them. Thank you for watching Ignite Entrepreneurs. Thank you so much. Watch out for the next episode and, of course, the next season that will be coming. And as always, my name is Daniel Akinshola, and I wish you all the best in your entrepreneurial journey, and wish you success. Make lots of money, and send some my way. Okay? See you. Take care. Be kind, and yeah, go make some money and do some business. Thank you. Bye.